Good evening. Welcome to our December Monday Supervisor meeting. I will call meeting to order this time and invite you to join the board as we stand and pledge the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, at this time we'll have the roll call.
Mel Boyd,
Here.
Rutgers Irby,
Here.
Jerry Long,
Here.
Mike Reiner,
Here.
Bill Cassidy,
Here.
Carl Morton.
Okay, at this time we'll have a community open session. Now, we have some items, quite a few items under old business. And I will allow questions and feedback when I get to that point. So you don't need to use this time to talk about the budget, the gaming, or the proposed rezoning. I'll give you time then. So if anyone else wants to have anything you want to share with the board, I'll set a 4-minute limit, state your name, and then you're good to go. Yes.
I don't know whether Mel Boyd's last meeting is old business or not, but I personally want to thank him and tell him what a pleasure it was for me to serve with him on the board for 4 years. And in addition to serving as a supervisor, Mel was also an effective member of the Planning Commission and the Sewer Authority. How did you miss the Park and Recreation Board?
That's not true.
In all positions, he served with dedication, enthusiasm, and dignity, and I personally thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you, Garth. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, that will conclude our community open session. Okay, we're going to try to keep the meeting moving tonight, so I'm going to turn to the next portion and ask our township engineer to address the two guests we have tonight, and then he can advise the board accordingly.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. The first item would be the Especially Greenhouse subdivision. Just for the board's knowledge, this is a simple subdivision of the existing greenhouse property familiar at Staver Road and Bowmanville Road. They are subdividing approximately 1.3 acres off for the residents. The residents was actually part of the entire tract, and they are separating that off with this project. It's a fairly simple subdivision. There is a recommendation on 2 waivers from the Planning Commission. One would be for road and shoulder widening along Staver and Bowmanville roads, and also a partial waiver for showing all existing features within 200 feet of the tract. And then there is a third recommendation, which is conditional final plan approval, conditioned upon meeting all the township engineers' review comments in my November 9th letter.
And you're satisfied?
Yes, I've recommended all of those items. It would probably take probably 2 motions. I would suggest one for the waiver request and then one for the conditional final plan approval.
I have a recommendation that we approve the waiver request for 9518 D2 for road shoulder widening on Staver and Bowmanville Road. And the motion we recommend the approval of the partial waiver request for 98-28 B2 DE for showing all the existing features within 200 feet. I make a recommendation, a motion that we accept the conditional final approval. Contingent upon the applicant satisfying all the comments from the township engineers. Letter of November 9th.
Okay, we have a motion to approve all the recommendations, all 3 as are listed. One second. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
The second item, we have Summit Tower here with us this evening. Ken Farrell, if I mispronounced that, I apologize. And Frank Marco are here. This is a project that, if you recall, a couple of years ago, this is for a new cell tower and pad site on Stone Hill Road. There was a waiver granted for land development at that time, and the requirement was still intact to provide stormwater management for the site. applicant, the engineer, proposed a stormwater design for the project, which was approved by my office. And subsequently, a waiver request was provided to provide more or less a redesign or a full waiver of stormwater management due to the limited amount of impervious surfaces that are proposed with the project. Approximately between 4,000 and 5,000 square feet of impervious is required for that. They were seeking relief on that to see if there would be a lesser design that would be acceptable or a full waiver. The Planning Commission and I made a recommendation to them to utilize as a possible compromise a redesign using the small projects application, which is a more simpler design process, which was formally recommended by the Planning Commission in that regard to utilize that procedure for a small projects redesign. And I believe Mr. Farrell's gone back. I haven't received the package. I haven't reviewed it at this point, but the Planning Commission recommended that it could proceed in that manner with my review and approval.
In the interim of the 2 weeks, we actually did the design. So in lieu of what we were proposing, we have a small detention basin in the corner of our leased area. We're going to swale the water to there and then outlet it into the woods. So we would follow the recommendation of the small projects, which is normally for residential, but it would apply this with the minimum amount of impervious that we actually have. And we're okay with that, the recommendation from the Planning Commission.
In that case, I have a motion that we accept the recommendation of the Planning Commission and grant this waiver utilizing the existing stone storage to handle stormwater.
It's a small project.
Small project, yes.
Okay, we had the motion. Second. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
Well, thank you very much. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you have your minutes from last month. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes of November 14th?
Mr. Chairman, I see no changes that need to be made. I make a motion that we accept the minutes as we have in front of us.
I second.
Okay, a motion was made to approve the minutes as they are, and it was second. Those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
You have the bills.
I make a motion that we pay the bills in the amount of $81,660.78.
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion was made to pay the bills as listed, and it was second. Those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we have the roadmaster's report. We have nothing else to add.
I just have a question. The pipe on Stone Hill Road, when the weather warms up, we gotta put some more blacktop in there.
Yeah, we have cold patch in it right now. We actually added some today because I knew it was getting a little rough. Yeah, come spring, that's probably going to be one of our first projects to pave that. So.
Okay.
Was there a storm, was there a pipe there before?
There was a pipe there before, and you might have not have noticed, but a hole had opened up in the road right at the white line on the edge. And the pipes were widened at one point with concrete. It was steel pipe in the center, concrete in the ends as the road got wider, and it was failing at the steel and concrete joints. The steel pipe was rusting away and created a hole there, and actually eroded underneath the road a little bit, so we had to replace it.
Okay, if nothing else on the roadmaster. You have we have the engineer's report, and he has some recommendations.
I do. On item page 4 of my report, there's 5 items for the board to tackle on tonight. One would be the Robert Zimmerman Stormwater Project, a release recommendation in the amount of $2,375. Item 2 is the Andrew Martin Stormwater Project, financial release recommendation in the amount of $250. Item 3 is the Good Family Farms Stormwater Management, release of financial security in the amount of $694.60. Item 4 is the Nelson Burkholder Stormwater Project, recommended release in the amount of $600. And finally, the John R. Zimmerman Land Development on Silver Hill Road, the financial security release in the amount of $114,236.25.
And they all be done with one motion.
They're all financial security investigations.
I make a motion that we grant all of these releases, financial security releases that we have in front of us.
I second it.
Okay, motion was made to approve all the action as recommended, and it was second. Those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, you have your SEO report. And you have your zoning officer's report. There's nothing at this time to add to the zoning officer's report. We'll move on to the solicitor's report. Do you have anything? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the reports?
Make a motion that we approve the roadmaster engineer, civil zoning, and solicitor reports.
I second it.
Okay, the motion was to approve the report, and was second. Those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. You have the Park and Recs minutes in your board, or in your packet. And I noticed they will not be having a meeting in December, so their next meeting will be January. Okay, we're going to move on to old business. The first item is Resolution 2017-8, which is the opting out of the casino, Category 4 casinos. We have a resolution in our packet that Brecknock would indeed opt out. Do you want to add any comments to this bill?
Yeah, just briefly, the Act amendment to the gaming law was essentially to allow for authorized licensing of 10 mini casinos across the Commonwealth. Basically, it was the reason was to generate revenue to balance the state budget. These mini casinos could go in any municipality in the Commonwealth, but the statute does allow for municipalities to opt out and decide to prohibit mini casinos in their particular municipality. So that's what this resolution is. It was drafted at the direction of the board last month for consideration tonight to prohibit the location of these Category 4 mini casinos within Brecknock Township.
Okay, at this time, is there any questions or comments from the audience concerning the board's direction of opting out? Okay, is there a motion to adopt this resolution 2017-8? Okay, we had the motion. Motion was made. Is there a second?
Second.
Was second again to opt out of the mini casinos. And so we had a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, our next item on the list is the rezoning of basically the mobile home park off of East Bowmansville Road. The Planning Commission forwarded a recommendation that the matter be forwarded along to the Board of Supervisors to continue the formal process as required by the zoning, which would be we would forward their comments and we would ask for a review by the Lancaster County Planning Commission. Is there any questions or anyone want to make comments concerning the potential rezoning from residential low to residential medium, which some of the reasons it was brought up is all the mobile home is an unconforming use in residential light, residential low. It is permitted use in residential medium. So this is basically bringing the property into compliance with our zoning. So if there's no questions, I'll make a motion that we forward this to the Lancaster County Planning Commission for their review and comments.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion is made second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next on our item is proposed 2018 budget discussion. But we have resolution 2017-9 and 2017-10 that I think we ought to address first. Resolution 2017-9 is the township would adjust the millage rate to reflect the change in the assessment. And to give you a little bit of feedback or background on that, prior to the reassessment in Brecknock Township, the average property was valued at $168,000. Our current millage, tax millage for the municipality was 26.9 cents per thousand. So the average property of $168,000 of value was, the municipal tax was $45.20. Now, the reassessment in 2018, they raised the average from $168,000 to $214,000. If we did not readjust our millage, the municipal millage tax, the average would have went from $45 to $58, but we are required to adjust our millage so that it does not reflect an increase. And that is what our ordinance resolution 2017-9 is, to make the adjustment from the .269 to .213. Okay. Is there any questions from the audience or discussion concerning this? Okay.
Does everybody understand that? Does anybody care?
Well, I can tell you, I can give you a little bit of feedback on where our tax of 2.69 cents per thousand compares to other townships. Earl Township is approximately $1.25 per thousand. Ours, like I say, is 0.269, or say roughly 27 cents per thousand. We're $27 per 100,000. Earl Township is $1.25, so theirs is $125 per 100,000. East Earl is approximately 2.25. So for a property valued at 100,000, they're paying $225, and yous are paying $27. New Holland Borough, I'm just talking about municipalities in our regional comprehensive plan. New Holland Borough is about 3.3. So on a property that's worth $100,000 or valued at $100,000 in New Holland Borough, they're paying $330 a year. And in Brecknock, we're paying $27. Terry Hill Borough is 5 mills, so they're paying $500 for a property worth $100,000, compared to a property in Brecknock Township we're paying $27. So again, this simply is just to bring our millage back so that the assessment does not create a tax increase. Yes.
But the millage selected is designed to create a slight increase in taxes, is it not?
This resolution 2017.9, no.
What will it actually bring in?
It basically is to be a net neutral.
It's supposed to be a net neutral.
Yeah. Our next resolution, 2017-10, is to set a new rate. So, I will make a motion that we adopt resolution 2017-9 as it's listed.
Which lowers the tax rate.
It lowers the millage rate to compensate for the increased value
I'll
of the
second that
assessment rate. That motion was made in second. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Now, resolution 2017-10, is setting a new rate at .233. And this is approximately a $4 increase for the average property value of 200 and if your property is valued at $214,000, this new rate is about a $4 per homeowner increase.
So it's a tax increase.
Is a slight increase, yes. So $4 and approximately $4 for the average homeowner.
I have a problem with this. Even though it is a slight increase in taxes, shouldn't the township people be informed that there's going to be a vote on a tax increase prior to the meeting?
I think they are aware of the resolutions that were.
I believe he's aware. In the municipal briefs in Brecknock, in the newspaper, it says no tax increases included. The township's real estate tax will go from .0269 to .0233 due to an arrangement. It would be the same as generated in 17, would be the same in 18.
I can't speak for the municipal briefs.
Then how will the residents know that tonight we're going to vote on a tax increase? I mean, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but if we're going to increase taxes, shouldn't the residents be informed in advance that there's going to be?
Well, I don't think we rely on misstatement of municipal briefs and the likes of paper to be an official.
Well,
Actually, was
where would the,
were not the resolutions advertised?
The resolutions do not get advertised, but the
Okay.
budget was available.
Okay.
the budget was available, but not this resolution. I would think this is something that we should be informing the people about and then voting on it in the next meeting or something like that.
Well,
It seems awful premature to come into a meeting. I mean, I didn't know anything about it until I got my book here over the weekend, and I found out we were going to raise taxes. Even though it's a small tax increase, we're still raising taxes. If we have too much money, I think we should be lowering the taxes. If we have a surplus in our budget, and we do have hundreds of thousands of dollars that are not spelled out as to how we're going to spend it, that means we have a surplus. And we should be rebating to the people by cutting the taxes.
obviously that's your opinion. We are struggling to have revenue for our roads and for public safety. In 2008 and 2014, we spent almost $700,000 each year on our roads. So every 5 years or so, seems we spend like we do not have $700,000 the next time it's required. This is a very little, and does very little but it will all go into the roads. It'll be part of continuing to have revenue so that the roads can be repaired. We've increased the roads again this year, and currently this year, the 2018 budget, our expenditures exceed our revenue, even with the small $4 average increase in the part of the budget.
This is not a discussion about our roads. This is a discussion about whether or not, when people come into a township meeting all of a sudden you're told we're gonna raise taxes. Has nothing to do with roads or anything.
My turn.
Okay, yeah.
You read the minutes of the last meeting, you said,
Mhm,
and you approved them.
mhm.
Do you want to read the last paragraph? Jerry, you want to read it?
Okay.
Did you read it out loud?
Yeah, at this time, a discussion took place regarding the proposed budget. Jerry gave an overview of what's being proposed, and there are not a lot of changes compared to last year. As required, the township must adjust its millage rate due to the reassessment that took place and will take effect in 2018. The adjusted millage rate would increase the taxes paid by homeowners approximately $4 per homeowner. Jerry also mentioned the roads and public safety as things we need to continue to work on. Ron Fong stated he feels that the donation to the fire company should be increased. Motion was made to authorize the proposed budget for advertising for the public inspection for 20 days prior to the Board of Supervisors. All in favor, motion approved.
Now, did you read it, Arthur? It
Yeah.
says the adjusted millage rate. The adjusted millage rate does not include the tax increase. It's the adjusted millage rate.
You gotta adjust the millage rate.
We had to adjust the millage rate so we would not get more money.
Well, that's great, you gotta do that first.
Exactly. Then it does not say that you then increase taxes.
Does it not say there, and you approved it, that it would increase the taxes for the average homeowner approximately $4?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you approved that.
Right, I approve, but that doesn't mean approximately, doesn't mean it's going to be that. It also says some could be up and some could be down.
Well, I realize that. But you
It says the
do,
adjusted millage rate. And that's the adjusted millage rate is at 2.2.
the adjusted millage rate would increase the taxes approximately $4 per homeowner.
Okay, I think
That's what we're doing
we
now.
did talk about it, was in the minutes, it is part of the budget that was proposed and advertised, so I'll make a motion that we approve Resolution 2017-10, which sets the final real estate property millage tax at .233 mils or cents for each $1,000 worth of assessment.
Question?
Yeah.
According to the figures for this year and the budget for next, this tax increase will bring in about $10,000. I think it's of interest to note that our big revenue producer, the earned income tax, with the unchanged rate last year, it brought in $851,000. Next year, according to the budget, it'll bring in $980,000. So that's an increase of $129,000 without any increase in rate. Now, Arthur, I sat next to you for 10 years, and on more than one occasion, I heard you say, I will never vote to increase taxes. And I'm interested in seeing whether you'll keep that promise tonight.
We are at the point now. My youngest son just bought a home in Spring Township, just over the property line. And I realize now, for the first time, you are living with one of the cheapest tax rates in the whole county.
That's right.
And we cannot continue going now. Did you hear me say that at the last election when I won? No. No. My son just bought a home. His taxes are $6,000. I told him I'm glad I don't live in Spring Township. And it's nothing to me overly special. But we're at the point now, if we don't do something, there won't be the road work in the future like it's been done in the past. There won't be the public safety money to be put out there.
Once again, the discussion is not about the roads. It's about how we made this tax increase tonight, rather than telling the people in the township ahead of time we're going to vote on a tax increase. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Okay.
It's procedure.
I want to make, for the record, Garth gave a number that was totally false. In 2016, the earned income tax was $851,000. Projected 2017 is $883, a $30,000 increase. Okay, I made a motion.
I didn't say that. I got my numbers from Carol. What I said was it was 851
Yeah,
last year, and that next year, according to the budget, is projected to be 980.
okay,
And what's false about that?
you're done. We have a motion on the floor
I'm done, but I'm right.
to adopt resolution 2017-10. Is there a second?
One question
Okay,
before we go any further.
okay.
Mr. Cassidy, there's nothing that we're doing wrong, is there?
I'm not aware of any requirement to advertise a resolution. It's not an ordinance.
Because we don't want to get ourselves in a bind,
Yeah.
you know.
People are telling me that they would rather pay more to the municipality and have better roads and public service or public safety than what they're currently paying to the school board and the county. You can see this. This is the real estate taxes you pay. The orange is Lancaster County School District. The gray is the county, and the blue is the township. Like I say, if you have a property worth $100,000 in Brecknock Township, currently, your new rate will be 23.3 cents per thousand, or for a $100,000 property, 100,000, it would be $23.30. How much do you pay for trash collection? How much do you pay for sewer? A quarter. And we're talking about $23.30. Now, you say, well, where does that fit in for the average person in the township? Here's something that I did that I found interesting, because 88% of all the properties in Brecknock Township are valued less than $300,000. 88% will pay less than $75 a year in municipal taxes in the township. And we're up here fussing about a $4 increase. And again, so like I say, you pay the Northern Lancaster County Authority raised their sewer rates again, I think $4 a year. You pay $208 a quarter to get rid of your sewer. You pay
That's the wind. That's the wind.
Why don't that light come on? Enter one in there.
They have the battery must be there.
The emergency light.
We're going out in the hallway. Your big meters are about to go off, Jerry.
Okay, you pay $208 a quarter for your sewer. You pay like $60 a month for your trash, and we're here arguing about paying less than $75. 88% of you paying less than $75 on real estate tax to keep our roads clear, plowed, maintained. I'm like I say, I've had a lot of people tell me that they would have no problem paying more municipal. And I said I probably will get more flack about this than the school district raising theirs $60 per homeowner.
Jerry, it's not the amount. You keep making it the amount.
I make it the
It's the
amount.
procedure that we're using. All the other townships that raise taxes in their municipal reports, that I read these, say we're going to have a vote on raising the tax. Ours said the taxes are going to be the same for 2018 as for 2017.
I said I can't speak for what the municipal brief says.
How else are we supposed to get
Our
information?
minutes from last month say we're gonna raise it approximately $4 per homeowner.
Why don't we we just put in the paper that Brecknock Township Supervisors raised the taxes $4 per property in the next newspaper issue, then they all know it.
Well, we can do that. Like I say, there's a motion on the floor to go ahead and adopt it, and if it's second, we'll move forward.
I second it.
Okay, motion was made to adopt resolution 2017-10.
I go on record as opposing.
Those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Now, how would you expect to continue with the township?
Are we talking more about the roads, Arthur?
What is the biggest asset of any municipality?
It's the roads.
Yeah. And if we don't keep it, we don't have as much money as you think we do.
I didn't say we had money. I sit here for more than 6 years now, and I know how much money we have.
And may I make a statement? I've heard you many times say, if the sewer authority would have been charging a higher rate, they wouldn't have got into the problems they got in when you sat
Isn't
there.
that true? Isn't it true?
That might be true, but
Isn't that
we
why
don't
I
want
said
to
it?
take the same path as supervisors.
No, we're not in a bind financially.
Oh,
And it has nothing to do with the amount, it's the procedure.
All right, you made your point. Can we move on?
Yes.
Okay, we advertised for the budget, and like I say, the budget did include a tax millage of .223 or 233. I'm sorry, 233.
All right.
Okay, and it was advertised, so,
Where?
the budget was advertised.
The budget was advertised.
Yeah,
The increase was not advertised.
the increase was part of the budget.
I'm sorry, it was not.
It was the revenue, was included in the revenue in the budget.
You're saying to me the tax increase is included in the projected increase?
Yes, I am saying that.
Then you knew in advance you were going to raise the taxes?
We did, we mentioned in our last meeting.
No, we did not.
yes, we did.
You did not say you were
It's
going
in
to
the
raise
minutes.
taxes.
Okay, any questions or discussion from the audience concerning adopting the budget as it's advertised? Yes.
Another $4.
We can't. We can't.
That's good.
Good point. That's good. Okay, here none, I'll make a motion that we approve the 2017 budget as was advertised, or 2018 budget as was advertised.
I second it.
And it was second, those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, we have one other item. As the township prepares for the census in 2017 or 2020, there is, Carol, do you mind explaining this?
Yeah, it's really, the United States Census Bureau, this will be the second one that I'm through. It's called the LUCA program. It's a local update of the addresses. It just makes sure that your municipality gets credit for the addresses that are within your municipality. You can elect to not participate and just assume that it's correct, or you can participate and double check what they provide to you. And that's really all it is. We're just double checking what they're going to provide to us. But we have to agree to participate in it. There's some forms that need to be signed in order for the Census Bureau to send you that address list. There's some other stipulations to it, like you can't use it for other things.
But if I recall, this information needs to be done within the month.
No, you need to submit everything to them that you're going to participate.
Okay.
It's for the 2020 census,
Okay.
so it takes a little while for all this
Does
to.
it need a motion?
It does.
I make that motion.
Okay, section is made to participate in it and authorized to go ahead, and was second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, let's go over to the next. What time is it?
7:38.
Motion to adjourn at 7:38.
Second.
Second, those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.